set. Game time inside championship court. And it's going to be Team Club Dominican Republic that will get things started. Obviously in the white jerseys, number 12 here, Medellin Guillen. Slovenia in the white and red, and a nice tip in the middle right off the bat.
Yeah, and one thing you definitely want to do if you're Club Slovenia is keep the ball off the net. You have an Olympic-style player in Geraldine Gonzalez, number 11, who's going to dominate that net. So you have to keep that ball off the net, give your setter opportunity to dish out her offense.
Guillen again. Keep the service going, and she counters with an ace. The last time these two teams met was just a couple days ago, and Dominican Republic swept them in 2 sets, 25-14 and 25-9. But since then, Slovenia has been able to kind of go on a roll and find some momentum, Aaron.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Club Slovenia has gone to 4 times in this tournament. They know what it takes to win marathon matches, and they have the team around them to do it. If this match goes to 3, they have the advantage. Dominican Republic has swept the majority of their games this entire tournament.
Keep things going here with Guillen, and a lucky service error for Slovenia. A side out and a breather here. Gosimovic gets a clean serve over. Nice tip. And it's Gonzalez again.
And when you have a very experienced player like Gonzalez, you have to make sure you're stopped on defense. You have to make sure you're making the right reads, because things like that will happen. She'll notice that the defense is all scrambling around, and then she'll put something really tricky against you. We've seen Gonzalez a few times over the past few years in this tournament. We know she has amazing experience.
And I think what our cameras aren't able to show you is how tall she is. She stands out there at 6'6". I mean, what does that do for you at the front line, Aaron?
Yeah, it just adds so much more. They can see over the block. They have opportunities to swing deeper on the ball. And one thing we notice about the Club Dominican Republic is that they're going to get those middles activated early. Rabi getting a nice kill in the middle off that nice tempoed one, pushing it deep into the court.
Outside, a nice block there from Lilane and Rabit.
And if you're Fiok on the other side, number 17, that block's going to show up late. So you have to keep in mind that a swing block isn't going to be it's not going to show at the time of the swing. You have to be a little bit more patient with that swing and try to go off the hands rather than through it. This is a very disciplined block under Pacheco's guidance.
Let's go ahead and listen in.
¿Está bien? Porque la central va a estar libre, que nosotros vamos a doblar el bloqueo para salidora, junto con Génesis. Si viene cruzado, tú la coges. Pero ele já cacheteou 2 bolas e atirou um olho. Atrás de Rabi para correr para ali e para cá. Tá bem? Vamos.
Now keep in mind, Wagner Pacheco is not only the head coach of the U23 team, which is essentially this team, but he's also the assistant coach for the FIVB international team for the Dominican Republic. He is a very, very well-respected volleyball coach across international waters.
And the point goes down for Fiok here and Club Slovenia. Yeah, getting able to sit up there with the Club Dominican team as they were waiting for this match to get started. I mean, their coaching staff couldn't talk to me enough about how much Pacheco has accomplished coaching at the Dominican Republic. He won the World Championship back in 2015 for the 20U team. So, I mean, he is the man.
Yeah, and you always want to have a technician at this age where you're developing these players to come up into your national programs, and he is that. He is a true technician to the sport of volleyball, and it definitely carries over to his team. Great nice dig by number 6, Sikoch.
We'll go right side on the slide. It drops for DR Hinojosa.
One-on-one block, can't dive. If you're gonna block against the slide, you have to go straight up and down. Your defense can't make that read behind you. it's tempting to dive in. You just have to stay strong.
The attack out of bounds there for Fiok. A little frustration here early on for Slovenia.
And this is the 10th match over 3 days for these girls. So there's a lot of fatigue factor that they have to take in after a 12-hour flight. Oh, great play. Dishing up some pancakes on a Monday. Just got underneath it. Nice dig by number 15, Shioich.
This one out of space. Slovenia not able to send it back over.
And here's the struggle. If you can't pass the ball, you can't get anything going. And that's a challenge for any volleyball team. The pass just isn't there right now. They have to settle back and get back to those threes and get a nice pass going.
Let's go ahead and listen in to Club Slovenia.
One so spustile servis za 40% napram prečerajšnje tekme, mi pa se še vedno borimo sami s sabo. Ej, punce, ne bo šlo tako. Ajde, gremo.
I mean, even just by body language, he's talking about the pass. You have to have serve and pass is the foundation of volleyball. If you can't pass the ball well, you can't do anything. You can't run your offense. You only have one option, and then you set yourself up for a challenge because you're probably going to give a free ball or a defensive swing to your opponent. You have to settle back there, be confident on the service line. These serves from the Dominican Republic they're not overly strong, they're not overly crazy. Just get your feet to the ball and have your core to the target.
The lane, it's back row. It's tracked down from Slovenia, and they'll send a free ball over. Set goes middle. We'll try the outside again, and this time it's good for Fiok.
She likes that ball fast and tight. She wants to naturally swing down that line, so that's a good set and transition. She has that really nice wrist pop. Sometimes it's a little bit late, and that's why the ball goes out of bounds. But she really, really takes that wrist far back with a nice swing.
A 9-point advantage to the women of the Dominican Republic. Wow, what a block at the net for Club Slovenia. Mara part of all that.
And Club Slovenia is the smaller of the two teams, but as you can see, the deceptiveness of a swing block can work for two and against you. You know, the later you show up on that block, the better chance you are you're going to make contact. It's a good block setup. Good swing. Great swing by number 12, Kramberger, into that deep back corner, 5 zone. There's no defense set design. Even in the perimeter defense that they're playing, you can see there's no position that can cross and get that ball effectively.
And then unfortunate to follow up with a service error there for Slovenia. This is the AAU Junior National International Final. A championship will be crowned here. And then the winner of this match goes on to play the winner of the 17 Open in the World Champions later in the day. High ball to back row, Bengiz. And the power
great dig. Oh, yes, great dig by number 6.
Sakac again.
Yeah, she's sitting back there getting ready for that deep line shot. That ball went over. Lucky break for Club Slovenia. This player was under the net. But still, getting under that ball, she's in the perfect spot. She just needs to take a little bit of heat off of it.
Slovenia slowly chipping away at that lead. They trailed by as many as 9. It's now set at 6. It's the best of 3 here inside the HP Fieldhouse. Martinez and the free ball over for DR. See what Slovenia can do here.
And this is the challenge a little bit with traditional volleyball. If you're at a height disadvantage, like Club Slovenia, you have to add speed to the game. But the Olympic style is set the ball really nice and high, give your hitters time to swing at it. It's in a match like this, you want to add some speed to the ball. You want to make sure that you're adding some tempo because Club Dominican Republic isn't expecting that. You have to beat them with speed if you can't beat them with height.
A tip here gone wrong for Agostimovic. And a point missed there, opportunity for Slovenia.
That was a close one.
Yeah.
That was in.
Waiting for that flag to
I
go
know,
up or
right?
go down.
That was a close shot. That was a good serve. Off the head, play it over. Good heads up play. Oh,
in
great
front
dig.
row.
Oh, that's the right idea. Huge dig out of the back row by number 17, Fiok. Just sits underneath that super powerful swing from Gonzalez. Nice slide, nice set. As long as your hands and your knees are underneath the ball, you're going to get a dig every single time.
Back row set for Slovenia. And back in the front row, nothing to do there. Gonzalez all over that. Geraldine Gonzalez, the X factor so far here for Club Dominican Republic. They built up a heavy lead here. And this one drips on down to the 4 from Fiok. Slovenia not wanting to go away so soon.
Keep in mind that no team in this tournament has has scored more than 20 points against Dominican Republic. Only one team in all of their 10 matches. And to this point, only one team has scored over 20 points. Huge swing though out of the left side by Fiok. Nice off the block. This is her shot. If she stays with that, if she uses the weaknesses in the block, she can tally up that kill count today.
And too powerful to stop Guillén here on the opposite side.
And Augustinovic just needs to press that left hand. The left hand as a middle blocker is the most important, but it's the hardest one to control. Because of the swing block, your body naturally wants to pull that left shoulder off the ball or off the net. You have to press it even farther over the net.
Guillén showing us a masterful serve. They're so poised, and I think, Aaron, you touched on this early on. This is a farm system team for the national team. These girls are getting ready to compete, at that world level. And you can tell.
Yeah, and a lot of them already do. They're playing internationally. They're getting the experience. The USAV does a really good job of building up their players through their high performance program. But, when you get sets like that to Fiok, when she has options and she's not swinging right into that block, she's lethal. And just like that, a good serve. The fun thing about volleyball is no one's ever really, truly out of the match until 25.
String together a few more points here for Slovenia. And you would have hoped for that one to go right across that white tape.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to claw and fight back, you have to be a little bit defensive. You don't have that opportunity to go after the serve and make it really challenging. You have to be smart about where you place it, and you definitely have to get the ball into the court.
Beautiful tip. Won't drop for Slovenia.
A huge swing out of the back row by number 12, Guillén. When you have players that can just hit heavy all around those 6 positions, that's a powerful outside. That's what you want.
It's kind of like the men's game a little bit of what we saw yesterday in those 17Us and 18Us, having the attackers all over. Yeah,
especially when you get to the higher level and when you get to the Olympic programs, they really adopt that across all gender. It doesn't matter if it's boys or girls. They want to use that 5th option or 4th option out of the back row.
Slovenia here on their heels. Down by 8 in the first set of the International Championship. Beautiful ball placement. Bodies on the ground. Free ball is over. And it's going to Martinez. Oh, so
Great dig. Makes it look easy by Rodriguez.
again, Rodriguez in the right spot. Tight over there for Natalie Martinez, but they get the job done.
And in past tournaments, we've seen Natalie Martinez just be this huge powerhouse. Hasn't had the sets she wants, but she's so smart with the ball, goes high off the hands, gets an easy kill off the block.
Martinez is the captain of this Club Dominican Republic team. Played pro in Brazil last year and has been on this national team.
And keep in mind, when you play international, they don't have collegiate volleyball like we do in our traditional sense. So a lot of times these girls build up into these programs, and then they go right to play in pro leagues. They go around to play in France, Italy, Brazil, all of these different places, because that's where they can get the most exposure and the most experience, where we in the U.S. are fortunate enough to have the NCAA and collegiate programs to help continue the sport of volleyball and grow our national team.
Swing from the outside, nice dig from Fiuk. Wanting to close this one out.
Great dig by number 5, Rodriguez.
Ball off of Benguez. Play is salvaged. And we're going middle for the closer. It works. Rabit.
And that's the perfect rally for the Dominican Republic. Not only they get a block, they get a recovery, they go over, they force their opponent into a free ball situation, then they can attack using one of their better middles or one of their 2 amazing middles in Rabi, and she gets a really nice kill.
And uncharacteristic to see Natalie Martinez here not get the ball over on that service.
It's just cool to see different styles of volleyball. I mean, you know, there's so many. It's such a cool sport because so many coaches and so many different programs can adapt different styles and make it really fun to watch. And
when Guillén does stuff like that, you just marvel at the whole execution.
Nice high elbow, good finish. I mean, that's an impossible shot, whether she's in the net or not. That's the second best shot in volleyball. The first one is off the hands and out of bounds. The second is that deep 5 seam where there's no defense.
Did you ever pick up any tactics when you played international teams during your playing days?
So we never played international teams. We, being from the Midwest, we really played a lot of Midwestern teams. I played a lot of international players in college, when we played FIU and teams and FAU teams like that. But you definitely pick up little tricks after watching all the film that you do. Little things that you can kind of put into your game or try out in practice and see if it'll work out. It's pretty interesting. Oh, huge swing out of the right side by number 12, Kramberger. She crammed that ball. Nice swing. Right back. Good shot between 2 players. Right back's a pretty susceptible spot on defense for any team. It's a good swing.
This one, attack on the right side. Couldn't be handled there from Kachach.
When you have experienced players, they can make shots like that. Like, they can be off the net and hit down the line, and you not expect it. As a libero, you just try to sit back there and make the play.
Set point here, and it ends in an ace in the favor of the Club Dominican Republic. Romina Cornelio with the finishing touch there on the first set. Pretty dominating performance for the team out of Dominican Republic here in the International Championship. Stick around because set number 2 is on the way. Club Slovenia trying to hang on against Club Dominican Republic. We've got a lot more volleyball on the way. Welcome back inside the HP Fieldhouse. First set is settled up. Club Dominican Republic won that one pretty easily, 25-16. Desmina Barton here alongside Aaron Campbell here for the AAU International Championship. And there's a lot of teams here in Central Florida this week. Looking at these numbers, Aaron, and the top of talent that comes through, what does this mean in the scope of the volleyball world?
Yeah, it's one of the biggest tournaments. Obviously, they have so many different teams, so many athletes, and it's a great recruiting hub, and especially for these international teams. If some of these girls want to come play in the U.S. and that are amazing NCAA programs and our collegiate programs, this is a great opportunity for them to be seen and scouted by coaches all around the U.S.
Yeah, it was funny when I talked to the Club Dominican Republic team ahead of this match. I kind of asked naively, like, hey, are any of the girls committed to big-time colleges? They're like, no, that's not kind of how we do things. It's very much a profession down there, and the women get trained up to carry on for the World Championships, and like we talked about, it being a farm system, which I thought was so unique. They go straight into their career, so to speak.
Yeah, and some programs bring, some of these international programs do bring their farm teams where others don't. They're putting together a group of girls that just want to go play in the U.S. to get scouted. So you're kind of looking at two different approaches to this. But it's all about experience. You have to be within the walls of the court to really grow and get better. And playing international volleyball is always a good way to do that.
Club Slovenia holding on here. What a dig in the back row. That came from Kramberger.
Great dig by Rodriguez.
And we're starting to see some really great volleyball here in this international championship.
Yeah, that's your shot. That is your shot, Fiok. Hit it off those hands all day. That is your shot. Undisciplined block, right off the hands. That's the sweet spot. Perfect kill.
Aaron, she must have heard you because you were just talking about.
I know. It's like we're telepathic right now. But one thing that Club Slovenia has to do in this second set that they can obviously improve on is they have to pass the ball, get their offense going. Don't be so outside heavy. Use the passing, activate the middle early. We haven't seen a lot of middle attacking from Club Slovenia. But the sooner they get that started, the better off their outsides will be to score.
Fiok at least keeping this Dominican Republic team on their toes.
That's the hard thing, though, when you play against a team like Club Dominican Republic. They've been playing together so long. They're just so perfectly in system and in sync at all times. Everyone has good ball control. You have players that can play all 6 positions very well to their highest ability. Makes it fun to watch.
Fiok again.
Oh, good dig. Great attack on the right side by number 12, Kramberger. The more active she is in the front row, the more relief she's going to get for Fiok. Transitions out off that point, but that's a great swing against a one-on-one block and a tough, scrappy defense.
The attack starting to come alive for Slovenia. That one forced to go over from Fiok. And then on the outside, it's number 8, Natalie Martinez.
And when she gets a hold of a ball, she gets a hold of a ball. The block's way too far outside. That set's inside. You have to set up on that ball. You don't want to give her any opportunity to swing that sharp cross court because she can just rip that ball.
Martinez, the captain of that Dominican Republic team. As we had some foul play in the net there. And point will go to Slovenia. But Martinez has been playing within the national team system since she was 12 years old.
Yeah, I think she's been here since she's 12 years old. I'm not kidding. We've seen her year over year, and she continually gets better.
I just can't imagine that lifestyle. I mean, it's got to be an incredible journey as an athlete. And here's some momentum for Slovenia. 17, Fiok. But she came down holding her knee, Aaron.
Yeah, it looks like she might have landed a little bit strange. People don't realize how violent of a sport volleyball is, how jarring it is. A lot of knee injuries, a lot of ankle injuries, and obviously a lot of shoulder injuries. So, especially after 3 days of tough volleyball, these girls are ready for a nice ice bath and some ibuprofen.
Oh. Certainly not looking forward to that 12-hour flight back, I'm sure. Powerful serve over from Dominican Republic. Much closer, set number 2 between these two teams. Natalie Martinez will try to put 2 together. This one dug up. And we're going outside for this attack. Madeline Guillen. A little quiet here so far in this second match.
Yeah, and you just can't give free balls away to the Dominican Republic. You have to be able to to make some offensive, get something going on offense so they can't have free reign on the attack.
Yeah, quick timeout here on the floor, as it looks like Wagner Pachenko is taking this time to talk to his team. But we've got our time now to look ahead to what's on our docket. 3 more matches set up for today. We'll have the 17 Open final at 2. Then the winner of that and the winner of this match on the floor right now will match up in that World Championship at 4:30. And then the younger group, the 15 Open final, Aaron, at 7 o'clock.
It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of good volleyball today, a lot of experience on the court.
And this gym, I feel, is just going to get more and more packed as the day goes on. It's a Monday, but it doesn't feel like a Monday.
It doesn't.
Being in here.
No, it doesn't. Especially at these tournaments, all the days just go together, especially when you're playing. You know, you get here, you show up when you're supposed to and where you're supposed to.
Martinez serving up the last 3 points.
It's got a little bit of topspin under it. Can't be moving when you pass. You have to be stopped. Even if you're in the wrong spot, you can control the ball with the angle of your shoulders. You have to be stopped.
Make it 4. 4 straight points for Dominican Republic with the tip in there from Guillen. All right, they're starting to clap. Have some fun.
And that's the thing. When you get to the higher level, it's business. It's all business, right? That's what we're seeing on the court today. This is all business for both sides. So because you have number 17 Fiok in the front row, a lot of times she's a front row player. Outsides don't like to pass first. We like to hit a lot. So when we pull in to block or when we pull in to pass, you have to make sure that you get underneath the ball.
Look at how high she tosses that ball up to get the serve going. Beautiful dig from Rodriguez. And the block at the net is picked up. It's still alive.
Skills.
Woo! Cionic with the point for Slovenia.
Good block. Play stays alive, just can't get it back over the net. But anything to keep the ball off the floor.
And then give a point away here at the service line. Work so hard
to get a point back, and then you've got to just settle back in there. Don't overthink it. Just put the ball in the court. Back row attack from Fiok. And a little unexpected victory there. And Pacheco's saying the same thing I am. Looked like Fiok was over the 10-foot line. So if you're back row and you try to attack the ball, you can't jump in front of the 10-foot line before you attack. And it looked like Fiok's left foot was a little bit over that line. But Pacheco's not an arguer. He lets the girls play.
And what did they say? The ball never lies?
Ball never lies, yeah. Good swing by Guillen on the outside. Just a little soft spot. She doesn't have to hit the ball too hard. A little bit of undisciplined hands at the block makes for an easy kill. And then the Dominican Republic here with a 6-point lead here in the second set. They already took care of the first set. And you look at where most of the action is coming from. They're doing well from the service line. We saw 5 aces. Very little error. Meanwhile, Slovenia, 7 points on the board so far in this match have come from error. That one definitely in this go-around, Aaron. And up official still not making that call. Pacheco still wants to keep an eye out for it. Good swing, though, into the back row. They're definitely going to feed Fiok as much as possible. She's their go-to girl on offense. Service error number 8 for the team from Slovenia. It just kills you. It just there's nothing you can do. If you serve the ball in the net, there's no chance your opponent to make a play. And you're just it's so hard to give away points against a tough team like the Dominican Republic. Kramberger will go outside again to Kramberger.
Obviously out, so Dominican Republic gets the point. Madeline Guillen with the serve. Ball really close to the net. And out of bounds for Slovenia.
And you like the aggressiveness from Club Slovenia. You like that they're going up there and swinging against a big block, but that block was really undisciplined. You have to be able to execute that play, get that ball into the court. Even if it's not the set you want, consider using some deep tips. Use something that's going to help you make good contact with the ball.
Ball close again. Nearly a joust. We'll go to Fiok. And how about Kranberger? He got something? She does.
And that's why you tell your front row, never reach back, especially when you have a libero like Rodriguez behind you. Martinez cannot reach back and try to make that play. Rodriguez has to call her off because she's in the perfect spot to make the dig. And because she cheats up, there's no one behind her to make the play.
Big time block up front. Fiok all up in that.
And seeing some emotion from this Club Slovenia side. We haven't seen a lot. But a big block will always do that against a tough right side in Heredia.
Back on front row. Nice tip from Martinez. And Fiok, welcome back to the front row. This time right side attack.
Back-to-back blocks by Fiok and number 8, Augustinovic. Looks like they have some good chemistry in the front row. Good block setup, pressing over at the right time, pushing those shoulders back into the court.
I know being able to work with you, Aaron, I know how much you can appreciate those clean and finesse blocks up front.
Blocking's my favorite. It's my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing to do, and it's my favorite thing to watch. That's why the boys are so fun, because they block so powerfully.
But I can just imagine your brain working as an outside hitter, just going up, trying to figure out how you're going to break down through that block. I mean, what goes through your mind?
Yeah, so many different things. You know, one thing to keep in mind is every player actually should or checks the block before they go and swing. Another service error by Club Slovenia. I mean, that's the difference here. I mean, that's the difference in this set. If you just tidy up those service errors, you have a chance to fight back. Even with Dominican Republic giving you 3 or 4 in this set, you're up to 8 or 9. I mean, it's just so hard to battle back from that. Just giving away points.
And is it because they're just trying to send over a, low lying just across the white tape serve? I mean,
to me, service is all about focus. So even if you miss your zone, you should still be able to put the ball in the court, because it's your job. When you go back to the service line, that's what your assignment is. That's what you should be doing. Especially with an offense like the Dominican Republic, we're seeing Martinez come alive into this second set. You just can't give away points against an offense that's just insanely powerful.
That was right in the line was Lorena Fiok.
That's a good swing, takes a little bit off of it, is facing parallel to the cross court, and just with that thumbs up finish to go down the line, it's a good shot. Especially against a team that's playing a modified rotation. A little bit of lack of discipline on the Dominican Republic side.
Explain that modified rotation a little bit, Aaron.
Okay, so when you play defense, you have 6 positions. Obviously, the 2 blockers go over. Now, you can play either perimeter, where your right back, which is typically your setting position, will maybe go 10 feet behind the 10-foot line. In rotation, that right back will come up to the 10-foot line, be ready for tips, and then your middle back has to rotate over.
So more space for the back line to cover.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
More room for error.
So it's either like you're giving away line or you're playing cross court.
Martinez just putting on a clinic out there for us. She's the captain of the Dominican Republic team. played pro in Brazil last year.
Ooh,
and she's showing us why.
So that's an ace serve. That is what an ace serve looks like. It just comes and drops in on you at the last second. She's getting a little bit more confident as the match goes on. So she's putting a little bit more heat on it.
5 points away from settling this international championship here. And what a powerful swing on the right side. It's Cornelio who finishes off that play.
Good overpass, good control, sees the block, goes in front of her. Good cross court. I think had some heat though. Like you hear it hit that that vinyl separator. Oh my goodness, she even knows it. It hit her hand a little bit powerfully.
She's going to be icing that in between matches today. And nope, back at it, yeah. I was trying to find Fiok again. Seems like everybody's clumped up over on that right side, but Cornelia doesn't need a lot of space to work.
Yeah, no, she doesn't. She's just an experienced right side. Good blocker, good attacker. Sets a little bit wide. She gets her feet around it and goes back to that deep corner. It's a good shot. Just too wide for number 5. Natek tries to make something happen with that ball. Just can't. It's too far outside the antenna.
2 points shy of calling themselves international champions here at the 46 AAU Junior National Championships for Dominican Republic. And they're going to stall out a little bit here. Send a point over to Slovenia. One more. Aaron Campbell and Desmina Barton here with you in the booth. This match happening in championship court inside the HP Fieldhouse. This is PMR, the serve. Back.
Good dig.
Power behind that one from Natek.
And just outside from Guillen. Good block setup, forces hitters to hit the ball out of bounds. So good job by number 15. Shionic to just set that block up super well. Force the ball out of bounds.
PMR again, taking her spot. And nothing can help them there. Geraldine Gonzalez.
Just so poised. Has the confidence of the Olympic player, of the upper level player. Does her job very well. Uses that 6'6" frame to her advantage.
Championship point here. And this one's going to roll off the fingertips of Gonzalez.
And sometimes when teams have big leads, they tend to get, for lack of a better term, a little sloppy.
Yeah.
They're a little bit too comfortable. You have to stay within your system. Even when you're on championship point, you have to play with 100% at all times.
Shionic with the serve. We're going to go back to Gonzalez. That one out of bounds, though.
And on the slide, you see it happen a lot. Players will hit the ball out down the line because they don't turn their body back. The slide's going to naturally carry you outside the antenna. You have to bring those shoulders and those hips back to the court so the ball stays inside.
Ball is high, and DR sends it over free. Swing on the outside, the block goes down and out of bounds, so point Slovenia.
And if they were able to string points together like this earlier on in this set, they would very, very close. Be a lot closer than it is. Great swing by number 4 on the outside. Bengiz, she's just fearless. Why not swing away?
Well, it's survival mode here for Slovenia. Dominican Republic taking the first set, on the brink here of taking it all here in the second. Bodies hit the floor, and so does that ball in bounds. The finisher from Madeline Guillen for Team Dominican Republic. We see the celebration now, Aaron. They were holding on to all those emotions and serving them up here as the finisher. But these women are not done today. We're going to see them in just a little bit later. They're going to play the winner of the 17 Open final, which is up next. Club Dominican Republic takes care of Club Slovenia in 2 sets. Aaron, your thoughts?
Yeah, just a great overall match. You know, you'd like to see Club Slovenia have a little bit better passing so they could put their system together, but you know, Dominican Republic put together a dominating performance today, had a lot of different options, a lot of different players were able to touch the ball. Obviously, we want to spotlight Rodriguez. She's amazing in the backcourt. Natalia Martinez, Geraldine Gonzalez, and then we saw a lot from Guillen as well. So many different options on this powerhouse farm team for the Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic that is moving on and advancing on to the World Championship later today. They will play the 17 Open champion here on Championship Court. Right now, this one's settled. They'll pick up their hardware.